A solo backpacking adventure into the Yosemite National Park wilderness, where everything I needed to survive the night in the wilderness was carried in my pack. I started my hike at Yosemite's iconic tunnel view and took the Pohono Trail all the way up to Dewey Point, one of the most stunning overlooks in all of Yosemite National Park. The trail climbs steeply through towering pines and granite outcrops, with dramatic views of El Capitan, Bridalveil Fall, and the vast Yosemite Valley below. After hours of steady uphill trekking, I reached Dewey Point just in time for sunset. With the cliffs dropping away beneath me and the sky glowing in every direction, I set up camp right on the edge, a once-in-a-lifetime spot to sleep under the stars. The silence, the solitude, and the views were unforgettable. This is why I hike, and this is why I continue to explore. Join me for the amazing adventure in Yosemite National Park, and it begins right now. Back at Hill's studio in Wawona. Could only mean one thing. I stopped by the Hill studio in Yosemite to grab my wilderness permit, the official start to my overnight adventure into the backcountry. I started my hike by loading up my pack at the trailhead, then made my way past Yosemite's iconic tunnel view. I took a moment to soak in that incredible valley before climbing up the Pohono Trail and leaving the crowds behind. The Pohono Trail starts climbing right away from tunnel view, winding up through shaded forests and switchbacks carved into the hillside. Back in Yosemite, and today I'm on a good one. Just set out from the tunnel view parking lot area and starting out on the Pohono Trail, heading up, and I'm gonna try and find a new campsite along the rim up here. Came up this trail in the fall and had a really good trip coming up this way, so I thought I'm gonna come back up here and see what it's like in the spring. So heading up the Pohono Trail. It's a beautiful, beautiful spring, sunny day, and can't get much better than this. After the initial climb, the trail levels out a bit and winds through quiet forests. The crowds thin out, and it starts to feel like true wilderness. Filtered light breaks through the trees, and there's this peaceful stillness as I make my way towards Inspiration Point. It's looking a little bit stormy around here. I just heard some thunder, so I might be in for a storm as I hike up this mountain today. Oh man, I've got a long ways to go too before camp, I think, so I might get rained on. I didn't bring any rain jackets or anything, so it is what it is, I guess. This is a good sign. Finding a water source. I've only brought 1 liter with me, so I'm gonna need these natural water sources as I hike up this mountain today. That is for sure. Just before reaching Inspiration Point, the trail crosses the old Wawona Wagon Road, once the main route into Yosemite Valley in the 1800s. This is the old Wawona Wagon Road that led into Yosemite Valley until they dynamited down there and they made the tunnel to drive through. So a lot of history on this old trail here that still exists. It's humbling to walk the same path early travelers took, chasing beauty and wondering just like I am now. Out here, every step feels like part of something much bigger. Water is flowing pretty good up here, so I think I'm gonna be in pretty good shape on this overnight. Lots of water so far. Just got up to Inspiration Point and I thought I might make the little side trek over, go check it out since I'm up here. Why not?
I arrived at Inspiration Point and stood in awe. The entire Yosemite Valley stretched out before me, timeless and breathtaking, like nature's perfect welcome.
Just leaving Inspiration Point. I've got 2.5 to Stanford and 3.2 to Crocker, 8.9 to Bradaville. Don't think I'll be going that far, but you never know.
Leaving Inspiration Point behind, I started the steady climb towards Stanford Point as the forest deepened and the trail pulled me higher into the quiet backcountry. The trail also came alive with wildflowers. Deep purple larkspur and lupins lined the path, swaying gently in the breeze like nature's quiet encouragement as I continued the climb.
Mosquitoes are starting to get pretty bad as I climb higher and enter into the forest where it's kind of damp, marshy. Every time I stop, I'm getting attacked. And I didn't bring any DEET or bug spray, so it might be one of those fun adventures where I'm eaten alive. But I haven't seen a soul out here. It's been wonderful. I have heard some thunder rumblings though, so I'll just keep my eye out. It seems to be off in the distance, so I think I'm good for now. I'm gonna keep going up. Pew! Get off my face. Whew. Try and find an epic campsite that has a breeze to keep these bugs off me. I gotta go quick to these sections because mosquitoes are pretty bad. All over. They're so tiny this year, but they are all over. And I don't know what it is, but it is so good to be back in the Sierra, back in the mountains. It just brightens up your mood and it's so good for your soul. It's exactly what I need all the time. Never get enough of the Sierra. It is just so pristine through here. Still haven't seen a single person this whole trek, which has been really nice. So quiet, pristine. Just hear the birds, the rumbling of thunder off in the distance. You can see it's really dark over there. It was actually right overhead. Thank goodness it's cleared. And I've been hearing rumblings ahead of me towards Half Dome. I think that right there is Stanford Point. And it's looking a bit sketchy out with the thunderstorm rolling in. It's supposed to be isolated, I guess, but it's kind of rolling in this way. Coming up to Artist Creek, and the plan here is to scoop water as quickly as I can, because again, these mosquitoes are crazy this year. They're so tiny, but they're just all over me. So do like a swoop and hike at the same time.
At Artist Creek, I paused to refill my water bottle with freshly filtered water, surrounded by a lush forest and the soft sound of the creek flowing over smooth granite. From Artist Creek, I continued along the winding trail towards Dewey Point, climbing steadily through quiet forests as glimpses of the valley began to return through breaks in the trees. Sunlight filtered through the trees and wildflowers lined the trail as I set off once more for the final push towards Dewey Point.
After getting attacked left and right by mosquitoes, I have made it back to Dewey Point. Let's find a site. So Inspiration Point was 3.8 behind me. Felt much longer than that. And I can't believe no one is up here on the main point, top of Dewey Point. What a view. What a view. Wow. And the storm looks like it's kind of going back over that way. Thank goodness. There's a lot of real estate right here. I feel like it's pretty close though.
I found the perfect campsite perched on the very edge of Dewey Point, a front row seat to Yosemite Valley with sweeping views that made it feel like I had the entire wilderness to myself. Below me, El Capitan rose like a granite fortress. Half Dome stood proud in the distance, and the valley stretched endlessly in every direction. This was also my first outing with my new Bonfas gear, the Framus 48-liter backpack and the Duos 2-person tent, both at the top of their class in terms of ultralight backpacking gear. I was also amazed at how quickly and easily I fell in love with the gear due to its incredibly comfortable, durable, and lightweight nature, perfect for my adventures in the mountains.
This ground is pretty hard. This ground is very, very rocky. Lots of granite underneath. So I need to find some boulders to keep my tent pegs in. Sun is starting to set. It is about 7:30. Gonna have some chicken fajita bowl for dinner. Got the tent all set up. Just put my bag on there. Just need to get my pillow out. And got the water boiling, everything out. Looking pretty good. This is the new tent, the Bonfas Duos 2. So far, so good. And the new Bonfas pack. This is the Framus 48, and it's really good, really good. So, looking forward to relaxing. It was a big day of hiking. All right, I think the water is ready. Oh yes, ready to go. Right into the bag. Perfect. Oh yes, seal that baby up. Ooh, I can smell it. Also gonna make a nice ginger and chamomile tea. Blend them together. Drink this. Overlooking the valley.
As I looked out into the valley below, the sun broke through the clouds, casting a warm, golden light across Yosemite. The granite walls glowed softly, shadows stretched across the forested floor, and far in the distance, the Sierra crest stood tall and radiant, a breathtaking reminder of the vastness and beauty of this place. Then came the beautiful pink clouds, brushed across the sky by the setting sun, soft, glowing streaks that drifted above the valley like a final flourish to the day. The entire landscape was bathed in pastel light, turning Dewey Point into a quiet, dreamlike world suspended above Yosemite Valley.
Starting to get pretty busy up here on Dewey Point, but it is quite the evening. Got everything all set up, got my bag, all my food stuff's put away for the most part. Got a couple items here, but I think my dinner's ready. Been enjoying some nice dried mangoes, which are delicious. And the tent is pretty much all set up. So I'm ready for a pretty cozy night under the stars here very soon. Enjoy some of this delicious dinner here. Oh my goodness. Wow. Looks phenomenal. Let's see. Wow. Gosh, and those bugs. The mosquitoes are horrendous. I'm gonna have to eat this inside my tent, to be honest. I cannot believe how bad the bugs are. I was here a year ago and there were no bugs. And this year, mosquitoes are just crazy. I think I've only had to eat in the tent like one other time in all my backpacking endeavors. And here I am again, inside my tent, eating dinner. This is phenomenal. Now, this is probably sat for an hour now. So it's well, what's the word? Marinated? Is that the right word? It's delicious. Oh my God. Wow. One thing I will say about this new tent is it is super roomy. It's a it's a 2-person, but you could probably fit 2.5. I bet my wife and River could all fit inside this thing. I think we'll try it next weekend. Why not? We're not doing nothing. I hiked a lot of miles today, and I am super dehydrated. I can feel it. Can't describe it, but I can feel it. I made really quick work of those chicken fajitas. Oh my gosh, that was good. I think I'm gonna have just a couple snacks just to close out the night. Quite a few people up here tonight. It's all right though, as long as I keep it down. All right, just put my bear canister underneath this fallen tree because it is time to get inside. Get nice and cozy. The sun has set and it looks like it's gonna be a pretty nice evening tonight here in the Yosemite backcountry. Still can't get over how roomy this tent is. It's the lightest, biggest tent I've ever had. Super big for one person, which is nice, you know? When you're out on the trail, just need some trekking poles, and that's it. Tons of space. Pretty big day. Let's see. About 14 miles, 229 flights of stairs. About 29,000 steps. Not bad. Pretty good jaunt. Whew. What a day today. Big hike up here. Starting at Tunnel View up the Pohono Trail. And probably close to 3,000 feet of elevation gain. It was super hot. That thunderstorm was a bit worrisome, but luckily it kind of blew over. And was able to make it up here unscathed. Had a really, really good night, just relaxing, just reading stuff on my phone, reading some articles, and yeah, ready for a nice night tonight. Could hear my neighbors over there, some youngins, young folk, sound like they're early 20s. So yeah, just hope they're quiet, and yeah, should be a pretty nice night up here on the mountainside. So, see you tomorrow. Good night. Good morning. What a night. I did not sleep well at all, even though it was pretty quiet for the most part. Just one of those nights. But just woke up. The sun is blasting through the tent wall here. It's pretty warm already. It's 6:30. Time to get up and have some coffee. Let's go.
I woke up to a stunning Yosemite morning, the valley still cloaked in soft light, the air crisp and quiet except for the gentle chirping of birds echoing through the trees. The scent of pine, the golden glow rising over the cliffs, and the peaceful solitude made it feel like the world had paused, just long enough for me to soak it all in. Making coffee out here feels like a ritual, simple, quiet, and grounding. I set up my pour-over, slowly blooming the grounds as steam curled into the cool morning air. Each pour was deliberate, the hot water releasing rich, earthy aromas that mingled with the scent of pine around me. With the sun rising over Yosemite Valley and the bird song in the background, it wasn't just coffee. It was a moment of peace, brewed slowly on the edge of the world.
This view never gets old. Amazing. Gosh, that sun's already pretty intense. Wow. Just gorgeous. With the best coffee. Show you guys where I'm at. That's the tip of Dewey Point, and I'm off over to the right. In a nice little alcove, nice and flat, sandy. It's just the perfect tent spot, really. Need to start packing up and making my way out of the mountains. Well, got everything out of the tent. Time to take this bad boy down. Loving this thing. Get my rocks out of the way. And take my trekking pole out. There we go. Easy peasy. Nothing to it. The perfect cup. Camp is all clear. Left no trace. Saying goodbye to this beautiful spot. Absolutely gorgeous. And now, hiking out of here.
The night before, I had met a subscriber named Tony at Dewey Point. He recognized me from one of my YouTube videos, which, to my surprise, had inspired him to make the trip out here. We ended up chatting as the sun set over the valley, and by morning, we decided to hike out together, two strangers connected by a love for adventure and this incredible place.
There's a car right there.
What's up? I'm real.
This is the guy I've been watching on the TV the whole time. Right here.
We're on like a rogue kind of bushwhacking trail. There's, if you look behind me, or in front of me, there's nobody here. There's not even really a marked trail. And this is supposed to be the Dewey Point Ridge Trail, which I'm hoping avoids any type of swampy areas because the mosquitoes are horrendous. So, yeah, Tony came up here. And you came from where? Glacier Point?
Glacier Point, yes.
Glacier Point. So we're gonna both hike out to Glacier Point Road and see if we can hitch. Tony's gonna go to the top, I'm gonna go to the bottom.
The trail Tony and I took that morning wasn't well marked, a faint path at best, and it quickly turned into an off-trail navigation through thick forests and open granite. We relied on maps, instinct, and the occasional cairn, weaving our way through the backcountry as the wilderness reminded us just how vast and untamed Yosemite can be.
So there's hardly a trail. We're just following these little markers here. It says Dewey Point. Making our way through. I mean, this is it. Hardly any trail at all. But luckily I have a map on my phone. And it is gorgeous out here. I don't think we're gonna see anybody on this trek. Look at the size of this. Here's my foot. I'm a size 12. Wow. I think that's a sugar pine. Sugar pine, let's see. Oh man, that smells so good. And we've been hiking up this mountain for past mile.
Yeah.
It's just uphill. Starting to get really, really hot. But I smell that air. Nothing better than a Sierra. Nothing better than hiking in the morning. Views off to the distance. Spectacular. This is what the trail is like through this section. Pretty much no trail really. Just gotta kind of find tree markers if there's any, and then watch your footing as we hike out. Glacier Point Road. Bushwhacked it all the way, a little over 3 miles on the Ridge Trail, which wasn't too bad. Just have to have a map, or else it's really, really difficult to navigate, even with the tree marker. So that's gonna do it for another adventure out here. Another good one. Can't believe how lucky I am to come out here and do these treks. And it was good meeting Tony. Good trek. So until next time, happy hiking.